terrible tragedy that occurred in Vegas. There was a country music performance that was going on, and I guess a man started firing, and we had about 59 people that died, 500 and something that were injured. I wanted to take a moment on my YouTube channel, and instead of doing a typical regular vlog where, what do I do in the day, or updates, or I try out a new place, whatever it is that I have planned for my channel, this is going to be dedicated to all of the victims, both that passed away, that were injured in the Vegas massacre tragedy. My prayers and heartfelt thoughts go out to all of the families. I was at home sitting in front of my computer, and I log into my Facebook, and I have all of these news that I get, which is really, really easy to get because, well, first of all, I'm opening my internet, and I have MSN on my Safari because I use an Apple Mac computer, and I see this shooting at Vegas, and I'm logging into Facebook, so my first thought is, I have a couple of friends who live in Vegas, and some of them I met through my best friend who actually lives there with her family. She has her mom's father. Well, her mom has been married to a man, so he's her stepdad, and he has two grown kids from a previous marriage that are, they're married themselves. They live in Vegas. And I'm so glad that they're safe. I'm reading I read this other friend that I know. She's religious, Jewish. She's Jewish and she's religious. They have a bigger community, of friends. Usually when you are Jewish and you're religious, you have this big community that you're involved, so you know a lot of people. And she's more social than I am, so she knows a lot more people. Even though I know a lot of people who are Jewish, she knows a lot more people. And I guess there's somebody she knows that was involved in it. One of my other friends who's in Israel, there's somebody who worked in getting a similar degree to what she got in the real estate, something like that. So they would, communicate regarding work. And she too was involved, and I was just very saddened by it, because anytime any state is affected, like even when we had 9/11 tragedy, I felt like we're all a community. Just because some of us live in California and this happened in Vegas, or it could happen in any state, we're all together, It's just the one thing after another. Like we had Hurricane Maria, Hurricane Irma, we had earthquakes that happened in other countries and in Mexico. And it's just, what is going on? Like, why can't our world be at peace, I was just commenting on a friend of mine who lives in Israel. He's married. And something he mentioned that if we had more control and checkpoints in the U.S., then this might have not occurred. My husband and I were actually, debating about this. We were discussing this. And from his perspective, he said there's no way that they could do this because we're such a big U.S. country. It kind of looks ridiculous when you go to a hotel and you go through metal detectors. But I have to say this. In 2008, I had an opportunity to go to Israel, which is through a birthright program. There are other programs out there. There's LeJ. There's a ton of others. If you are Jewish and you're between the ages of 18 and 26, you get to do a free trip to Israel. Having said that you have not ever lived in Israel. And then if you're older, there's some other programs up until, I think, age 31 or 32. And when I went to Israel, even though they're a smaller state, it was an annoyance when you go to a farmer's market or the mall or a lot of places where they do checkpoints to check your bags. And I think when I see all of these tragedies that happen, it makes me appreciate having these checkpoints because they're needed. You shouldn't allow somebody at a hotel with a gun. But how is a hotel going to check when you bring your luggage? They're not going to sort through your luggage, but maybe if they have like metal detectors for people who drive in, you know, certain places. I mean, something has to be done, you know, especially if, you know, this person's done something bad before. I mean, I was even puzzled because my husband, when he showed me the map of where this occurred and where Mandalay Bay was, they are far apart. They're not really like close to each other. Because I at first thought it happened right in front of Mandalay Bay, you know, where they closed the street and they had a concert there. Didn't realize that they used this open land that they were supposed to build this like Ferris wheel there or something like that. And I see that so many of you guys are donating blood to help victims in Vegas. If you are a healthy individual and you're allowed to and able to give blood, please donate. You can always do it through Red Cross. They're one of the companies that are very legit. And I mean, I'm just so sorry. My prayers and heartfelt thoughts go out to all the victims and the families. And I mean, I'm still struck by it every day that I'm watching the news, I'm seeing updates, and I see that, you know, this is what's going on, and it makes me appreciate that we have such high security. And, you know, I'm hoping that from all of the events we've had over the years, starting with, from what I recall, 9/11, other shootings, high school shootings, massacre shootings like this, we just don't take it light. You know, you can never ever take it light. Even if it wasn't a terrorist attack, or it was, you can't take this lightly. You have to really figure out what's the next step. How do you prevent it from ever happening? Tighten security and whatnot. I know when I go to Vegas one day, because my husband and I, we travel to Vegas a lot every year because my in-laws own a timeshare there. And so I know when we go there, it's going to be kind of one of those realizations where you're more aware of your surroundings and what if this happens when you're there, you know. We're so lucky we weren't there at the time this occurred, traveling or anything like that. And usually this isn't the time we travel. We either go around like Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Sometimes we'll go during December time when my husband is off. We've gone on Veterans Day weekend, depending on which day it falls on. But I know we won't be going to Vegas for a while until this all dies out and they get everything situated and back to normal. We actually thought about going in the winter, so I don't know if we're going to still go. Not plan to go. We'll see what happens, because it's not that we're afraid to go there. We're obviously not. It's just that with all of this unfolded, we're taking extra precautionary steps just to be safe until they clear everything and we figure out, you know, everything that was really going on. Because I don't think they still figured out whether it was a terrorist attack or not. So far they're saying it's not, but you never know. Nobody's claimed forth, you know, anything like that. But yeah, so I thought I'd close this vlog out with just my thoughts. I've always been about having more gun control laws. So maybe having a license to own a gun, like they do in Israel, have more checkpoints, other places that are usually not there. I know this could happen anywhere when you're at the market or anything like this, but at least maybe in major touristy areas, this should be kind of addressed, because I know, thankfully also, I have a friend whose sister is pregnant. Thankfully, she doesn't work in that area where this occurred. She didn't work that day, so thankfully none of my friends are hurt. They weren't there on the strip around this when this happened. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this special vlog. I will be doing another vlog with updates and other things that are planned, but I thought I'd take the opportunity to use this platform and this vlog to share with you my thoughts, my prayers, and heartfelt once again to all the victims, both that died and their families, and that got injured and their families. I'm thinking of you guys, so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.